Start streaming. Let's go to my YouTube.
Hey, it's live.
Oh, it is live on your end? Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Alright. It will show. We didn't have anything important in the chats or whatnot, hopefully. Anyways, you guys overhearing this, hello and welcome. It seems like the live stream is live. This is your host, the postmodern Czechoslovakian War Factory. And today I am with my guest. He is the creator of YouTube Rewind 2020. And he is an incredibly based man, the roast with the most.
Yay.
Ooh, okay. Let's see here. I'll just say, hello, world. So, should I go and, gosh, I did terrible with advertising. Other than my YouTube channel community tab, I, didn't announce it much ahead of time. Should I just, type a few places? Or just see how this goes? How they join us?
Yeah, maybe just advertising.
Yeah, okay, let's see here. Just go back to Discord, get out of that. They don't need to see our, I'll just ping everybody in my server. Let them know.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
Normally I don't like pinging everybody, but yeah. Ooh. I am interviewing with Roast of the Most now. Alright. I'm gonna be redundant. Okay. Let's see here. Boom. Should be up on my channel now. For those of you who are already here watching, don't mind me. I'll get to the questions, all that. Let's see. If anybody else is watching, I would love to just, you can always say hi, so I'll ask Roast different questions. I'm sure he's fine with you guys asking questions as well. You're fine with them asking questions, right, Roast?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, cool. My mind. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I'm get myself lost. Boom.
Yeah, I definitely don't have a bunch of tabs open.
Oh yeah. I'll just go and also share this on, let's see, mine. So let's just do that. And then we'll call it a day. I don't just want to be randomly spamming this. I should have done this earlier. Didn't plan the best ahead, but yeah. There we go.
It happened.
Let's see. Interview based people. Yeah, let's say based people. Based people. Alright, okay, alright, man. Okay. So we're on the interview now. Officially. Gosh. So, yeah, how about we just start with, how did we exactly run into each other on YouTube? And then also, what exactly do you do on YouTube? Let's start with that.
Which question do you want me to answer?
I guess that's two questions. First, how did we first meet? How did we first run into each other? I feel like it had something to do with commenting and Justin Y or something like that. And I think you first watched my stuff for a while, and I didn't sub back to a while later. Do you recall how we first met, or do you have any idea?
It was back when YouTube chats were a thing. You remember those?
Oh, yes, those were great.
Yeah. Yeah, I did kind of watch your videos. They were pretty interesting. And
Pretty interesting.
then, yeah, and then we actually started talking to each other on Discord. I remember that. And yeah, that's kind of how it met, from what I remember at least. And
So, when you say
yeah,
that...
nothing.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was finished.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell for a moment. When you said that my videos were interesting, like, you mean that, like, those are weird, or like, oh, that's really good, or like, kind of depends on the video?
They're weird in a good way.
Okay.
Like, it's weird, but it's good. It's funny. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, man. I could dig that. Oh, man. Dude. Yeah, they've definitely been fun to make. And I guess, sort of, this is more about you than about me. I was just curious since you said that. But about sort of your videos, why did you get involved with YouTube in the first place on your end?
It really was just a joke between me and one of my friends back in high school. It was like freshman year or something, and I was like, yeah, it might be kind of fun to start a YouTube channel. What am I gonna call this? I'm gonna call it Roast. That's gonna be great. And then my first video is just some weird little Fortnite video on Scratch that I made in like. It took me a long time because I had no idea what I was doing, but I just threw it up there, and it was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just sort of started continually uploading. And
Dude.
I don't know, I just kind of enjoyed it.
Dude, that is awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, and now one of my videos has like 87,000 views, and today I decided to check it out, and I got an ad on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got an ad for something called Bumble. I don't know what that is.
An ad for what? Sorry, I didn't hear you the best there.
It's called Bumble. I think it's like a dating app like Tinder.
That's so bizarre. So did you say bubble or bobble it?
Bumble.
Bumble. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I'm just gonna refresh this. I'm trying to think if I should try to see the chats through my studio or through this guy. But let's see. If anybody else is watching this, please say hi in the chat. Just seeing my hello world feels lonely. Oh man. Oh gosh. So let's see what else here. So we got that. That's cool, man. So I did see like somebody actually commented on one of your videos. I'm not gonna try searching up because I can't remember, but I was looking at some of your videos of the channel again recently, and somebody commented something like, "You're still doing this" or something like that. Was that possible?
Which video was that?
Oh,
God,
dude, I can't remember, but I'm curious if that was possibly your friend with his YouTube channel or something. Gosh, what was it?
No, that wasn't,
Like,
hold on.
I don't think it was the 2020 YouTube Rewind thing. I can explain that to people what I mean by that, or you could, but
Yeah, maybe later.
yeah.
Gotta find the video. Oh my god. Oh, hold on. I'm going on to my channel real quick.
Oh,
I know. Is it my wizard video? Is it my most recent?
I don't think it's your wizard video. Something I do sometimes when I try to look up comments is I go to the YouTube Studio, and then I go to the comments part, and then I just type in, like, I could either type in the user person's name, or I could type in, like, some words in the comments, and that can help with finding it quicker. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot what video it was. It just, like, when you talked about it with your friend, and you're like, yeah, I'll do this, for a joke, and then it's like, oh yeah, roast with the most. I'm like, I wonder, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was him.
Oh, okay, that could have been someone else, yeah. Because I know that a few times I've had people comment on my channel that I actually know in real life. Actually, well, I mean, the last interview, even Monotonous Insomniac, as I mentioned there before, I hanged out with him a couple of times, but yeah. So, it's pretty funny sometimes the comments people I know say, so. But yeah. While you're trying to find that, I guess, so, like, what made you decide to continue with the YouTube thing? Like, it started out as a joke, and I see you said you started with Fortnite, but you've definitely improved upon content since I don't see any more Fortnite, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it wasn't even real Fortnite. It was Fortnite on Scratch.
Oh, on Scratch? No, I don't. I'm being a boomer now. Could you please explain it to me?
It's like coding, but extremely basic coding for kids.
Oh, okay.
And like all you did was kind of move around and zoom into the map. That's it.
Dude, that's actually cool. I need to go and you can always link it to in the comments or other things. Since this interview is about you, I wouldn't mind if in the comment you share whatever, say whatever after this video is done, but I'll have to look up your oldest video. I'm curious now. That seems so interesting. Gosh.
Oh god. The actual name of it was so horrible. Here's unbelievable. Epic, unbelievable Fortnite win lusts to believe. This was back when I had my old intro. Oh god, I wish I could bring that back. That was fun. Do that. I think I have a newer version of it.
Dude, that's awesome. Like, what did you do to, like, make this intro you're talking about? Did you use, like, some really old, like, YouTube, like, starter music and, like, Windows Movie Maker or something? Or, like, I'm just so interested in this now.
I got, like, a royalty-free song, but apparently it's not royalty-free because I got copyright strike. Yeah, I got copyright strike. And, I just threw up a screenshot of Patrick, screen recorded it. This is the old one. And, like, threw the music on top of it. And put a weird filter on. I was doing this on my school-issued computer, too.
So you snuck on the school computer to make this?
No, the high school gave us laptops.
What?
And, yeah, they gave us laptops and stuff. I did it all on this. A lot of my earlier edited videos were made on this, on the school laptop.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. You got a free laptop from school? What the heck? I have to buy them myself. Oh, man, dude, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, and my tax evading series, that's a playlist on my channel.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was all recorded in school, too.
That's awesome.
And I always stole stuff from one specific person I did.
Nice.
I'm thinking of rebooting it, too.
Ooh, dude, it's always a good time to perform tax evasion and war crimes. Oh, war crimes. That's I love that one where it's like for like Reddit atheists to find a girlfriend or something. Like the first 30 seconds, you have the killer bean dance thing, and you had a similar thing with like the committing war crimes or something.
Oh god. I remember the how to get a girlfriend. Reviewing my gun, was that it?
Reviewing your gun with the comment from that one person I mentioned, or
No, it was
you're
uh
thinking something else. Sorry.
I think it was something else.
Uh,
Yeah. Uh, I'm just looking through all my videos. Some of them are just so weird. Mr. Steal Your Mom, it's great. That's one of my favorites.
Wait, there's one called "Steal Your Mom," or did I mishear you?
Mr. Steal Your Mom.
Mr. Steal Your Mom. Okay, I'll need to look that up when we're done. That sounds great. Oh man.
It's awesome.
So you don't have to answer this, or you don't have to answer it clearly if you want to keep things, let's say, mysterious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before I answer that, I just say, hello. At least a moment ago, there was another person who joined us. Um, let's see. Hope you enjoying it. Feel free to say hi in the chat if there's any problems with audio or other things. I don't think there is because tested out before and just chatting. Let us know so I could at least pretend to fix it if there's a problem. But yeah. So, anyways, back to you, Rose. I just wanted to say that because I saw somebody else was watching for a moment. So, and you don't have to answer this because if you want to keep it mysterious, that's fine. So, like, with your YouTube channel, do you plan on continuing with like videos, like doing these sort of like completely like random but funny, like low effort shit posts only, or do you sometimes feel like you kind of want to get into something more technical and that takes a while? Like, do you have any ideas if you want to do something like that, or do you just not want to like share if there's that, or do you not know? I mean, just kind of curious.
Well, I did kind of try something new. Uh, Back around that How to Get a Girlfriend video, I
Yeah.
tried making longer videos that were more edited and kind of heavier on dialogue, but those didn't really do as good as I would hope. So I just kind of moved in. The last of those like long, multi-minute edited videos was the normal Canadian family pilot episode,
Oh,
which was that took a long time to edit. Not gonna lie,
really?
and I had to do all the. That took a long time, especially because I did it all on my phone. I don't edit on
Oh,
computer.
you did it on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
You're a mad lad. Why didn't you try editing it on the computer? I mean, I don't mean to criticize the video. That's one of my favorite videos. I like not just from your channel. That's just a really funny video. Like I can't remember if I put it. I might have put an endless laughter. I liked it that much. I can't remember. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I'd have to look at the playlist again. But yeah, I love that.
Canadians are so polite. They apologize for flopping open.
Yeah. That was one of the comments, right? That was from Hemet, if I remember correctly.
That was yours. Yeah, that was yours. Oh my god. Oh, but I did at the time. I didn't have a computer to edit this.
Oh, okay.
I did it all on my phone, and I still do it all on my phone.
So, what happened to the school computer then? Did they
I had
like
to give
punish
it
you for
back.
Wait, what? Oh, you had to give it back. I thought.
And also the they had some kind of firewall that blocked a bunch of websites so you couldn't play like games in class, and they blocked the website uh, my editing software was on because I couldn't run DNC file on it with a Chromebook, so I
Um.
had to use all free websites, and the one that didn't give me a watermark got blocked.
Oh.
That was upsetting.
So you
Like
had to use the phone to access that.
yeah, yeah. Well, I downloaded a different one, and it actually works great. I edited my senior high school Spanish file entirely on my phone, and I got like 50% the back in final. No, I think it was 100% actually.
Mm. You know what I want to do here? I just thought if I like change the size. Oh, this is gonna look weird to those viewing. If I could change the size of my tab, right? And then I can like still read comments and respond to them. But if I have it at one side, boom, and then on the other side I like have the picture of like our thumbnail thing. Let's see what that. It just messes up. Could I do that? It likes to mess with me. What's going on here? Why do you do this? It just messed around. Okay. It's not playing nice with me.
Nope.
One more idea. If I switch back to that, could I do it there? Oh, I could do it there. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna go, let's see. Thumbnail 1. Yeah. Gosh, I really do like the thumbnail. I'm glad you like that as well. Alright, we'll just put that right over there. They'll see in a little bit. Okay. And then you just see a bunch of the random apps and stuff on my computer. Oh, man. So you made that video and you edited it all on your phone because you couldn't access certain things with your computer, and you had to give back the computer anyways. Dude,
Yep.
that's awesome. Yeah, I love
And
the
even now I have a computer, and I still edit on my phone because I'm just so used to it now.
Okay.
So,
I guess that's sort of like me with Shotcut, because first videos I did Windows Movie Maker, then I switched over to Shotcut because it's like, oh, what's free but can actually use more things, and like it's easy to get because it's tricky to pirate things, and so I did Shotcut, and that's what most of my videos are edited. And I've like with some of them I literally pushed the limits. And it was funny. One person's like, I think it's a similar thing. I didn't mean to make fun of you for the Canadian family thing when you said it's really hard, because actually it's a similar thing happened with something I made. So I did like some simple like animations moving back and forward, and like I showed them somebody's like, oh, you gotta do animation, she does it professionally, somebody I know in real life, and or like making models she does, and she's on animations. So I showed her these videos, like these little things, chroma key things, and she said, oh, that should have taken you like a couple of minutes. After I said it like took me an hour or two. And I'm just like, it was painful. So, but I do have some resources now. I just need to actually mess around. Like I have Adobe Premiere and I need to use that, but yeah. And Goldlink even says in the comments, honestly, pirating Vegas was easy. So I can sort of relate, man. You're used to doing something, even if it's not the most efficient for certain things. Like you don't want to leave it, and it's hard to. I can relate, Roast. That's why I was getting at that tangent. Let's see, what other things. So you mainly like, and I'm guessing you just it's not just simply you get more views with the shit posts, but you just like doing this type of stuff. I see you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, yeah, it's just sort of what I enjoy.
Yeah.
Do. Sometimes I don't put myself in there like a letter to the liberals. There's none of my glorious acting or voice in that. It's just weird, kinda. Some little black kid of a water.
Yeah, where did you find that? It's so great.
I have no idea. I have no idea what I searched up to find it, but I absolutely love that image. He looked so angry.
Yeah, he did, dude. Chilling eating a watermelon. It's like, leave me alone. We do like watermelon. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, and sometimes I do more edit-heavy stuff, like the 5 essential things to bring into what to do. That one's definitely more heavy on the edits.
Yeah.
And sometimes don't really do much heavy edits. But it's just sort of what I enjoy, you know? Making short little, no longer videos about random whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if you're hearing her, but the dog came to visit me, so she's a cutie. Oh, you want to say something? Yeah. I don't know exactly what she tried to ask. I have a hard time understanding her still. Oh. You know, something I kind of want to mention now, we got a few people commenting, always exhausted and Goldling, thank you for joining us in the live feed comments here, is the YouTube 2020 rewind. So that, like, 2020, like, 5 poggers moments you made, whatever.
5 poggers moments.
Yeah, oh my goodness. It was so bizarre because I'm like, wow. This is like YouTube Rewind 2020 or something like that. And it ended up being there was no YouTube Rewind that year. And I was like, wait, what? And like later on, I was just joking. And like, it happened. So yeah, so if you guys missed YouTube Rewind 2020, the roast with the most has it. The echo is real. All right. Both of us or just one of us?
Is it me?
Yeah. Is it the roast on his end with the echo, or is it on my end? That would suck. I'm gonna go and see here. I don't think. I don't know. That's one of those things I need to learn how to actually fix it in video. At least on my end. If it's your problem, maybe it's a bit easier on your end to fix it. I don't know. Oh, let's see.
I'm not exactly knowledge, technology.
Yeah. Talked about YouTube for a while. I want to, switch it up a little bit to some other topic unless you have something else. And you don't need to worry about the echo. Apparently it's my fault. It's my thing. Oh, it's fixed. I didn't even do anything. That's cool. It just happened. Alright, thanks for the heads up, Goldlink. It kind of reminds me, there's this maintenance guy at the work that I had before. He was really good at fixing stuff. And sometimes they'd just be like, hey, we need this to be fixed. And this was in Oregon. And sometimes he would just go there and he wouldn't do anything, then would just start working again. And they'd be like, it was scared of the guy, or he just fixes it without even. Pretty funny. But I wanted to ask you, just sort of, what kind of stuff do you do, in real life? Let's start with, other than YouTube, you got any hobbies and things you like to do?
Oh wow, I have some. Um, well, I love cooking. I absolutely love to cook. Uh, I don't get to do it much now since I'm in college. I have to mostly whatever the dining halls serve, but yeah, I try to get good stuff there. Um, um, I'm involved in economics club, which is fun. I'm doing a research project for that right now, which I'll get paid for, which is
Ooh.
great. Great resume. Uh, I learned Russian, and I'm pretty involved in my faith. How do I put this? I'm involved in a lot of Christian activities outside of my classes. So, like, there's a systematic theology thing I go to. There's a regular Catholic church, which is kind of Bible study. There's game night, also, which is always fun. Uh, what else? And next fall semester, I'm going to start my own Bible study. Great. I'm excited for that. Yeah, I like to learn Russian too. I'm trying to learn the entire language. It's kind of hard. Um,
Yeah. Learning language is hard.
yeah, yeah. What else? Yeah, I also kind of like the game, but I don't get it much. And I have a small hobby of writing.
You have a small body of what?
I have a small hobby of writing.
Oh, small hobby of Oh yeah, that's right. Um,
And
roast is kind of
that kind
quiet.
of is it better?
Oh,
Maybe
that's
I need
way better. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay,
to.
please
Okay.
continue where you're at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At the end, I just kind of said I have a hobby of writing. Very small though.
Yeah. I know a bit about that actually. I don't know how much you wanna, if you just want to keep that between us, what you've shared, or if you want to give more details
I'm
about
fine
that.
with share. Fine with share.
Oh, sorry, what was that? You're going to share, or you're going to keep it secret?
I said I'm fine with sharing.
Oh, okay.
It's the dang. No, it's fine. All right.
Uh, you there?
Uh, I think I am.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sorry, you said something about you feel fine sharing and then just sort of stop talking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was just mumbling to myself. But
Oh,
yeah, I'm
okay.
happy to share anything about what I'm writing.
Oh, I mean, if you'd prefer, I could always ask things about your cooking or your Bible studies or Russian.
Oh, just I'm really just ask ask me whatever. Oh my god. I'm
Mm,
really fine with anything. Just ask me whatever.
gotcha. Gold League said I can hear him a bit better, but Roast is much quieter compared to you. That is.
I don't know. Maybe it's my dingus Discord.
Mm, could be that.
Um, yeah.
Let's see. Do you need a few seconds to see if you can figure what out it is, or should I just ask you a question I'm thinking of at the moment? I'll wait a couple of seconds. You ready again, Roast? Mr. Roast?
Hello? Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
yes,
Hello?
okay. Oh,
Hello?
perfect. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Are you not
I
here?
can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
That was
you.
weird.
I can hear you a lot better now.
That was okay. That was weird.
Okay, alright. I have a question. I have some questions I want to ask, but first somebody else asked you a question. I think I'll know your
Oh
answer.
my god, I didn't.
That's okay. What's your opinion on Genshin Impact? Ask Oof McOofy.
I only know it through like the memes calling the players pedophiles.
Oh, base. Yeah, I don't really play it either.
Yeah, I've never played it. I don't even know what it's about. All I know is there's like anime girls, children. That's it.
Okay.
But
Nice.
I did find that comment. I did find that comment you were talking about. It's on my video every gun YouTuber.
Oh, it was
And
every gun YouTuber.
I don't remember this person at all. They're claiming to be my friend, but I don't remember who they were. Like,
So it's not even your friend that like encouraged you or you decided with, oh yeah, I will start a YouTube channel. It's not even like that. It's not even like somebody like me or Hamid-chan or anybody else who from YouTube chats or anything like that. You have no idea who this dude is. Like on YouTube.
apparently I knew him at some point, because he or she was saying that I used to be their friend 2 to 3 years ago, but I genuinely don't remember.
Ah, man.
It's
Well,
so weird.
random friend or former friend of Roasted the Most. If you somehow find this or are listening, whether right now or when it's archived, I guess apologies that he doesn't remember you. I don't know what else to say. Oh, man. Okay.
Alright,
I want to ask you about cooking because I like cooking as well. And I think you knew that, though. You've shared more pictures of your food than I have, which I should probably change sometime. And I'm also like you. I haven't cooked nearly as much as I used to. It's kind of hard to cook as much as I did when I was working in the kitchen. But, like, this is about you. What are some of your favorite things to cook? Like
eggs.
eggs?
Egg-
That.
Eggs. I love eggs. One of my favorite foods ever. It's like a over easy egg.
An over easy egg. Over easy. Gosh, I feel retarded asking this, especially since I should know more about cooking. But like over easy's where it's like you fry it, but there's still like a lot of the yolk's gooey and all that, and it runs out. Or am I being mistaken?
Yeah, you fry it on both sides, but you leave the yolk runny.
Okay, yeah. I sometimes I fry them that way. Sometimes I get it where the yolk isn't runny at all. Okay, good. Okay, I'm not so stupid. Good. I was like, if I don't understand this, I'm gonna hate myself because I should know about cooking. But eggs are good, man.
Eggs are great.
Yeah.
They're great for protein. They're great for the morning.
Yeah. You flip
Look
a.
at side?
You flip a sunny side egg over, boss. Thanks, fam.
Are you sure? Huh? Is my life a lie?
Feels like a lie sometimes.
Hold on. We gotta fact check this.
Yeah, I've got to fact check this. All right, bring in the fact checkers. Oh, man. I do want to say while he's fact checking, one thing that's cool is that you know how the chef hats have all the indentations in them? Apparently, I learned that that's to show how many ways you can cook an egg. I think it's like 100, 101, some ridiculous number. Like, you can cook eggs so many ways, it's crazy. So that's actually cool. You said eggs is your favorite. I'd say
I was right. I was right.
So Goldlink's trying to gaslight you? Well, no, maybe not gaslight. And we even had that conversation about gaslight being overused. Maybe I shouldn't be more careful how I use that. Since...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that conversation. That was a great conversation.
Yeah, no, we talk a lot on Discord. That's cool. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Let's see. So eggs are your most favorite to cook. What food do you feel like turned out the best? Like, what were you most proud of?
Oh God, when was it? It was like, one time when I... Eggs, is that a word you made up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, but, some of the most, things I'm proud of making is a steak. Because I really love steak, and I'm like Hank Hill. I want to be a good, guy on the grill. I want to be like that dad everybody goes to when there's a Sunday barbecue, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I want to be like Hank Hill, kinda. So, like, whenever I make a good steak, I'm proud of myself for that. Because, I want to be good on the grill, and when I get a good medium rare, and it's super juicy, and it tastes good, and I season it well, because I'm pretty good with seasoning. And, yeah, I'm just kind of happy with myself with that.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Some other stuff is, my one friend from China, she gave me a, recipe for stuff she likes for something she tends to cook in the dorms. And I actually made that a few times, and that turned out really good.
Oh.
It's Coca-Cola chicken wings.
I was wondering if you were going to say that because you shared the pictures and all that. Or the picture of that.
Yeah.
So wait, that's actually something they make in China? Like that seems weird that they would like use Coca-Cola. And I mean, if it tastes good,
It does taste good, and it's so surprising that they actually make it in China.
I'm curious what it is. It probably has something to do with the sugars and something else in there, because it's like...
It's like the molasses they use in Coca-Cola. When that reduces down, it gets thick.
Oh, so it like thickens and gets sticky? That makes sense. Because there's a similar principle. I think they call it reduction because like...
Yeah, reduction. And like, when it's combined with the ginger and garlic and soy sauce, it's great.
Ah, dude, that's awesome. Maybe I will try something like that sometime. Probably surprise myself others, so...
Yeah, I have the recipe I can give it to you.
Ooh, dude, that would be great. I'd appreciate that. So...
Yeah.
I guess I could always share some other things that I've thought up or made, but lots of times when I make something, I don't know about you here. I guess this will segue into another question, but when I cook lots of times, unless if it's something like baking where I have to like stick to the recipe, where if I'm doing something the first time, lots of times I don't necessarily measure out everything. I just sort of, I literally just wing it. Like I have a rough idea what different herbs and spices taste like or how different things react with the food. So I just sort of add in things. I'm like, I think this amount of sake will go good with this, and I'll add this amount of rosemary and other things, and then serve up like it all on some pork chops. And then my parents are like, "Wow, that's amazing!" And I was like, "That's even better than I thought." So the segue is, do you tend to use like set amounts when measuring for your food all the time, even when you're like don't need a recipe, or do you like wing it lots of times when you make stuff? Like, do you just sort of know it's like I think this spice will be good and this spice will be good or that herb and I'll just add it all together? Like, I'm curious because different cooks are different. I'm curious if you.
I'm sort of like half and half. Sometimes if I want to make like a side dish, like I know that the things I do is I like making mushrooms as a side dish.
Oh,
So, so like I can't find a good recipe for sauteed mushrooms. So it's like, you know what? I'll make something up myself. And I throw it together, and I like it. The first time I actually made it, I put way too many red pepper flakes in it, and it was kind of hard to eat, even with me with my kind of high spice tolerance.
mm,
But it's like, yeah, you adjust some things and you make it better, and then it turns out good. And like, I'll ask my mom since she's been cooking for a long time, or I'll watch like a bunch of recipes. Like when I made tamago, uh, I watched a bunch of recipes and I'm like, okay, so this is kind of what goes into it. I'm gonna uh gather like all the information from these videos. I'm gonna make my own recipe for it, what I think would be good, and it does turn out pretty good. I
mm.
really like, I really like the seasoning I made for tamago.
Nice. When you mean tamago, you mean tamagayaki, the Japanese omelet?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, the Japanese rolled omelet thing.
Yeah, that one. Because there's technically another Japanese styled omelet. It's called okonomiyaki. Never made it, but I ate it a couple times in Japan. But,
Oh, yeah, that looks great.
yeah.
I'd love to.
Oh, you know about okonomiyaki? Okay, I don't have to show you a picture. You know what it is, huh? Well, technically, that's not completely true. The first time I had okonomiyaki, they gave us the ingredients and we made it, and that was with one of my Japanese friends. I was hanging out with her, and yeah, I need to contact those people. That's off topic. All right, one last cooking question. What food, like, what would be like the time where you cook something and it just went out like really bad? Like, it just was terrible. Like, do you have any moments like that? Excuse me.
I wouldn't say it was exactly terrible, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. It was the one time I made Salisbury steak, and
Mm.
I used too much. I used this weird smoked paprika from like some weird country. I forget where it was. I think it was Spain. Spain, country.
Mm.
Who cares about that place anyway? But like, yeah, it turned out pretty weird because of the flavor, and it just totally dominated everything. But the meat seasoning otherwise was good, and the gravy was great, and mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes, same old.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything was good except that one spice. So like, I'm not too happy with myself with that, but it was still good.
Yeah. It just wasn't quite up to expectation. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Oh man, let's see. Um, what made you want to go and start working on learning Russian? Because languages are not easy.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but my mom is Russian. She comes from Russia. So, you know, Russian Russia is kind of a huge portion of my life. I grew up hearing the language. I've always eaten the food, and it's just kind of the culture itself is pretty important to me. And uh, just sort of during high school, it just kind of hit me, like, maybe I should learn Russian. Because, like, my mom used to offer it when I was a kid, and I never took it because, like, I thought it was boring or stupid or whatever. But, I was a stupid kid. What did I know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, I started learning it, and I just really hit it hard. One of the fears I had when I first started was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna. I was afraid I was gonna give it up in like a month, and then I'd be disappointed in myself. But I've been learning it for over 400 days,
Dude,
which is which is surprising to me.
that's awesome. Is it like one of those
Yeah,
things with your Russian? Like, have you missed any days and you just sort of catch up? Or is it something you've been able to, like, every single day, no matter how busy it's been, you've at least been able to, if you haven't got like a full day's worth of practice, you at least remember to get a few words in or phrases or read something? Like, is it something? I'm curious.
yeah. I use Duolingo, so it's like lessons, and I usually do at least one lesson per day. And I think I've only missed like 7 days or less. I think seven would be the most out of all those 400 days.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty good with keeping up on that kind of stuff.
That's great. Do you ever feel like Duolingo's like too easy for you or too hard or gets kind of boring? You like try using other material as well or not in the moment or like cuz I haven't really used Duolingo, so I'm kind of curious.
It's pretty good, but it doesn't make me conversational. And I kind of want something that'll make me conversational. But
Gotcha.
Duolingo is actually pretty good. They it never feels like too difficult, but it never feels too easy.
Okay.
And
Nice.
some lessons are more difficult than others. I know perspective is one I'm working on, but that's difficult to me, and I don't know why. Probably because I don't understand what perspective is, but I'll learn it in time.
Mm. Do you here's another question. So, and I have my own thoughts on this and I'm sort of divided on this as somebody who's my Spanish I'd say is almost it's like between conversational and fluent. It's like almost there at times, or it can be like mistaken as that. But other times, it's just like if I don't know the word, then it's like I could learn it if I ask, but it's bad. And then my Japanese, it's like I've worked on it years, and sometimes I feel really good about, but still, really some weak points there. It's hard. So like, and I'm sorry you know about some of the challenges now with the language learning. We could relate a lot. Um, do you ever feel like you like this intense work on the Russian? Do you ever feel like with it you'd be like, yeah, I'd like to go and learn another language? Or is it sort of one of those things that's like, you're happy you're doing it to learn the Russian and all that, but it's sort of a grind and you kind of never want to have to do this with another language? I'm curious your thoughts.
It's definitely a grind, and I I'd say I wouldn't mind learning another language once I completed Russian,
You wouldn't mind learning
but
another language. Interesting.
I
Sorry,
wouldn't mind
continue.
it. I wouldn't say I'd exactly seek it out unless I was looking to move to another country, which is extremely rare. I actually really like living in America. But
Gotcha.
yeah, but I'd say I'd only learn another language if I was going to be conducting a lot of business with said country. Um, I was going to move to a country, or I married a girl from uh, some different country that speaks a non-English language.
Oh yeah, the girls. Yeah, that's right. That's one way you want to learn a language. You get a girlfriend. I'm gonna go and hold on one second. I'm gonna go and close the door a little bit. I don't know if anybody heard in the background, so I don't know why my dad's. So For those of you listening, yes, I do pay rent. I'm not a complete mooch, and I'm working on college. Dude, no, I have like this uncle, and I don't want to go off topic. I'll go back to you, Russ. I have this uncle, and like my grandma convinced him to like move back in with her, and he does like absolutely pretty much nothing. Even though it's like my grandma's like in her 90s and grandpa passed away, and he like never got a job. He didn't finish college. It's just, oh gosh. Oh, so Gold Lake's being Canadian here. And he says people like living in America impossible.
You Canadians.
Yes. Make us more maple sugar. I mean maple syrup. I know, right? Nice.
Hey Canadian, make us more maple syrup, you slave.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, no. I do actually love our brothers in North Canada, but
yeah, Canadian.
But
as much crap as I give Canadians, they're actually alright.
Yeah, no. I would
good, but they're alright.
Yeah. Some of the politics kind of weird, but overall I like Canadians. I think they're good brothers in the North. But yeah. But I think they lots of times feel similar about us too. I think lots of times they're like, those Americans or this or that. But I think most of it's just fun jabbing. Like, yeah, where's the lie?
Yeah, it's all good.
Ooh, here's a question. I wasn't thinking of asking this next, but what makes you like? Why is it that you like living in the U.S. so much?
I would say some part of it is having family members that actually grew up in the Soviet Union and learned about like what it was actually like to live in that. So you know, having that be told to me at like a young age, and even in my teen years, and it's sort of like, well, you know what? You know, America may not be the absolute best place, and you can even argue that it's not good, but it's better than a lot of other places, in my opinion. And you know, like, I could have easily been born in Lithuania, but I'm not. I'm stuck here, you know, born in Indiana. But you know what? At least I'm born in Indiana and not in some weird place. You know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
And probably growing up in a more conservative state helped that along too. But you know what? I grew up and I always kind of was encouraged to make my own opinions. Well, not directly, but I could feel that. And I've always sort of formed my own opinions. And yeah, just looking at it, you know, we have our flaws, but I still love it here. You know, I'm proud to call myself American. And it'd be very hard to take that away from me, you know?
Yeah. No, I have a lot of, I'd say I have a lot of similar sentiment to that, so, and it's like, and we definitely have talked about some interesting things in the politics channel, my Discord server, sometimes just in DMs, so, yeah.
Yeah.
You have some base takes. Poochie Necromancer says hiya, so I'll say hi back. So I don't know if you just joined us, Poochie Necromancer, but I'm just talking with one of my don't know him in real life, at least not yet. It would be cool to meet people who are like around my age, growing up, like know through YouTube, like me in real life. But yeah, just know him from YouTube, and just we're just talking about stuff that he likes doing. Like we talked about how he got into YouTube, how he likes cooking, how he's been learning Russian, other things, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Goldlink, I definitely agree with you.
I, I think I'm a centrist purely based on the fact that my parents were kind enough to not talk about politics at the dinner table. Or if they were, it was in another language so I didn't understand them if they were. Another language? Gold Link, are you from, like, the French part of Canada? Or were your, like, parents French speaking? Or is it something else? That's interesting. Huh. You don't have to go and even answer that here, but you can always DM me Discord or whatever. I'm so intrigued now. Man, I'm not just finding out more about you, Rose. So I'm like finding out about other people. Like the plot's thickening. There's lots of character development happening here. And the dog keeps visiting too. I don't know why she left. I thought she was gonna snuggle. Oh man, that's funny about the centrist thing. I can't relate. I'll just say with my politics, I'd say it's something like I want to keep this short, or maybe I'll just go back to the interview. I already got you guys interested. I'd say I'm more like definitely right leaning, and my parents do talk about it, but like it didn't really drive me away from certain things. Like now there's more things I kind of disagree with, but it's not like it's different. It's sort of like a I don't know. I'm more like a weird sort of not mainstream American right wing. I mean, there's still lots of things I agree, but there's lots of things I'm like, that's silly. And in some ways, I relate to the centrist sentiments because I think there's way too much, like, people arguing, and I think there's a lot of truth to both parties have the same crap. I'll leave it at that. Let's see, what other things? We talked about, you know what? You didn't mention that you're in this economics club and you're even doing something where you get paid for and you're enjoying that. Isn't that related to your college degree?
Yeah, I'm a mathematical econ. That's my major, mathematical economics, and my minor is financial planning. So I kind of should be econ club, you know. And yeah, the research project. What we're doing is we're in like small groups of 3 people, and we're researching some topic on that Milton Friedman will talk about, and ours is over Hong Kong's economic policies, what made it so great, and then what did China do to kind of mess it up.
Freaking West Taiwan.
I prefer the name North Hong Kong.
North Hong Kong. Nice. Oh man, dude. Yeah, no, Hong Kong was bustling. That's interesting. Because didn't Hong Kong have, like, extremely low, like, taxes? Like, I feel like they had low income taxes, low tariffs, stuff like that.
They had yeah, they don't have tariffs at all.
Oh, they don't have tariffs at all. Wow.
They don't have tariffs. They have low taxes. Um, their economics policies used to be extremely free market based, and yeah, and they were a free port too, which is great.
Yeah.
Basically, that's like no taxes on imports or exports.
So in some ways, it's sort of like it was almost feel like you know the term special economic zone, right? Where it's a certain part of a country, and they like have it so it can have less taxes than what's normally nationally required. Kind of get that feeling with Hong Kong a bit. That's crazy. I didn't know they had absolutely no tariffs. Like, definitely know more about this than I do. Gosh.
Yeah, basically, in like the 40s, the British government just left Hong Kong because of Maoist China moving in close to that, and they left one guy there, some John uh, whoever, copper waiter, uh, I forget his name. His last name is long. And the unique thing about him at the time was he was an econo- economist who was very free market when at the time Keynesianism and central planning was sort of a big thing on the block. So he was left in charge of Hong Kong, and he sort of set up the whole thing. And Hong Kong, from like the 40s to 1997, became the world's free market experiment. Like, okay, we're gonna try Adam Smith's ideas of and laissez-faire capitalism
Oh,
in
wow.
this little tiny area, and we're gonna see what happens. That's not what it was intended, but that's what it turned out. And it turns out it was great. Like, you can look at the GDP growth and during each section, and it's extremely high from the 40s to 1997. And then once it's switched over rules from 97 from Britain to China, 1998 it had a huge drop in GDP growth. It was negative for the first time, negative like 5.88%.
Whew.
And then it never reached its high. And then in 2006, the growth even got lower because the president at the time, Donald Tsang, he what did he do? He removed the policy of positive non-interventionism, which is a fancy term for laissez-faire capitalism. He completely got rid of that. So it's never been as high since, and they got some more dips before 2020.
Interesting.
But the interesting thing is their GDP is still growing. It's just not as fast as it used to be.
Yeah. Man. You find if I put you on the spot with a few more questions about this? Because you definitely know,
Oh,
especially specifically Hong Kong, more than I would, but.
yeah, I'll answer it to the best of my abilities.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's see here. So, one thing I've heard people criticize, one criticism of capitalism I've heard people use is something about, yeah, well, it helps with the GDP growing all in all, but there tends to be more of this wealth inequality and all that. And I think there's always going to be that. Like, communism, I'll just say it outright. It's a lie. You can't have everybody be exactly perfectly equal in the amounts of stuff they have. There's always going to be a natural hierarchy and things like that. But like, how do you feel like that relates to Hong Kong? Like, did it seem like the wealth inequality when it was laissez-faire was it like really extreme, or did it actually like this seem like it elevated everybody to a higher standard? I'm curious what your thoughts are on that.
Um, I don't know about wealth inequality at all, but I do feel like it has lifted. It has back when it was more free market, it has made people grow. There's this one documentary. I think it's called like the Call of the Entrepreneur or something. And there's this one guy that the people interview. It's called oh God, I forget his name. Uh, I forget his name, but was he grew up in Mao's China. He escaped to Hong Kong, and he became extremely rich. And he started a clothing company, and then moved into news that uh, called out the Chinese government, which is amazing. Like
Dude, that's
one of the first
awesome.
things he did, one of the first things he did was call out the Tiananmen Square massacre, and
Based.
now he's in jail, unfortunately. But yeah, his story is amazing, honestly. And it's a shame I can't remember his name right now. But I think the movie is called The Call of the Entrepreneur.
The Call of the Entrepreneur. Do you want me to type that down in the chat, or should I just type it down?
Do whatever.
Okay. Interesting. Got a couple of comments related to this. Mouse fan, didn't see him before. Welcome to the chat. He says, "Who cares about politics?" I found it interesting. We can talk about all that. Capitalism and communism, I think, are just too extreme to create something perfect. I don't think they're both perfect, but communism is way worse than capitalism. Just say that.
I agree. Capitalism and communism are both flawed, but one is clearly better than the other.
Yeah.
And the best, in my opinion, the best option is a mixed economy, which is what almost everyone has.
Yeah, that is.
The real question, there's two types of economic discussion. There's the idiot kind, and then there's the real kind.
Idiot kind and the real kind. I like that.
The idiot kind is like, oh, should we have capitalism or communism or socialism or democratic socialism? Like, God, it's so stupid. I can't stand it. And then the best stuff is the better stuff is yeah, mixed economy is best, but how free market should it be? Should we lean more to controlled economy, or should we lean more towards free market?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, that's definitely a hard thing. Yeah, with economics, it's tricky because I don't think there's one perfect scheme. There's always going to be some problems with it. But on the flip side, we have definitely seen some schemes where it's just, I don't see should use it whatsoever. It's been bad. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, gosh. Let's see. I know also then there's people oh gosh, have you heard about this? I'll just do this and they'll probably switch it from economics to something else.
Yeah.
But,
I know economics can be kind of boring for some
I
people.
mean, I find it interesting and I kind of actually want to talk with you more about this. Maybe I'll, do more DMs in Discord. But did you hear about there's different people, I think Bernie Sanders called some countries, some Scandinavian countries like Denmark, socialist. Did you ever hear about that and how I think the Prime Minister of Denmark is please stop calling us socialists. We actually have a capitalist economy with a lot of social services that are paid with taxes. Did you ever hear about that?
Yes, and Bernie Sanders makes me angry because he's a complete idiot. No, none of the Scandinavian countries are socialist. They're all mixed economies.
Yeah.
They have free market, and they just have a lot of social services, and that's what makes me so angry with these socialists. And I encounter them in college. It's I met this one famous political philosopher / economist. Oh God, I can't remember his name. Let me look it up real quick.
Okay.
He's actually pretty famous. Oh God, come on. Oh yeah, Jim Otteson. Jim Otteson. I actually got to meet him. He's a very famous author and professor at the University of Notre Dame. So, I asked him about this, and he said one thing that really made me think, and this is sort of the thing I've gotten from people in economics. Most people who claim they're socialists actually aren't socialist. What they want is social services, and they confuse that with socialism. And I see this on both sides with the criticism of socialism and the what's the word called?
Social.
Advocates.
Oh.
Advocates of socialism. It's like you actually don't want socialism, or you don't want socialism. It's all about the social policies, and that's where Bernie Sanders is wrong. You know, people call him socialist, but I don't know, maybe he is. I
Yeah.
completely forgot he existed.
No, I
And
gotcha.
yeah,
I
yeah,
Well, I think he sold himself out too, but at least before he sold himself out, I had more respect for Andrew Yang because he actually, even though I didn't agree with everything he said, he actually, like, or disagreed with some of his ideas. He at least was kind of smart with actually knowing his terms and knowing about stuff because I think he, like, advocated capitalism that's. Trying to remember what he called it, capitalism with more services or capitalism that's more friendly with his platform and his UBI and all that, so.
yeah,
Yeah. So.
yeah. But like, I've noticed this in college. If someone calls them if someone calls themselves a socialist, they most likely aren't socialists. They're just a progressive who wants like universal health care and more welfare. That's it. They don't actually want central planning, which I think
Interesting.
is which I think is actually kind of dangerous because you could easily exploit that.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. I mean, gosh, and to have things centralized and just the further and further, and especially in a bigger and bigger country, it's just. Oh boy, that's a bad thing. That's a whole can of worms. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I will switch it out of the politics a bit since I said I
Yeah.
would do that, but definitely would love talking about this more. Or if other people would. Sometimes, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. This is great. Let's see. How long have we been doing this here? It's been. It says 1 minute. I mean, not 1 minute. It says 1 hour, 17 minutes, 30 something seconds. Man, dude. This felt like it's
Yeah.
just been like 10, 15 minutes. It's been flying by. It's been great.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
So you're part of this economics club, and you're doing the mathematical economics. It's just a bachelor's degree so far, right?
Yeah, but I do plan to get a master's.
Ooh, you.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work for a couple years, and then I'm gonna get my employer to pay for my master's.
Oh, nice. That's a smart deal, especially since student. Excuse me. Student loans are insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I hope that you got a bunch of scholarships or other. I'm glad that my college, I just get like a bunch of Pell Grants, and it's already kind of dirt cheap, and then it's just like a few $100s I pay each term.
That's great.
Yeah. On the flip side, it's online, so part of me's happy that part of me's kind of wished I was doing college in person because I feel like in some ways it'd be more hands on. What do you think about that? Do you ever sometimes be like, I wonder if it'd be better if I did college online, if I could get it done faster, maybe cheaper, or are you just sort of happy you're in person at the university, even though you've hinted there's some things with fellow students that might be annoying? Like, I don't know, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, being in the honors college is definitely, you hear some stupid takes in the honors courses, but overall, I'm extremely glad I went in person because in high school, I wasn't that social of a kid. My social skills weren't that developed. And now that I'm in college and I'm basically interacting with people every day, my social skills have improved so much. And I'm very thankful for that. And I've been able to dive deeper into my faith, and I've been able to meet amazing people and make great friends. And, I just enjoy life here. It's great interacting with people. And today I was walking to Starbucks because I actually kind of wanted it. And some of my friends drove by me and waved hi, and that was great. Put a smile on my face. I absolutely love that. And I
Dude.
didn't get that really in high school, especially since, my hometown is about like 2,000 people larger than the college campus I attend.
Oh, wow. So you're from a fairly small town. I did not know that.
Yeah, like 7, 8,000 people in my hometown,
It's crazy.
and at all day it's like 5,000 people or something.
Wow. 5,000 is a large school. 7,000 is a small town.
I know, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me curious. Even though it was like hard to know people where you lived, and it sounded like, as you say, not the best social life, are there like some things you're like happy about being raised in a small town, or do you feel like you kind of would have preferred a larger one? I mean,
Um, can I get back to you real quick? I gotta really use the restroom.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
don't drown,
Yeah,
bro.
I'll be back in a couple minutes. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Alright, guys. I hope you've been enjoying the interview so far. Oh, man. Gosh, it's been pretty great. As I said earlier, I was just like, it felt like 10, 15 minutes, and it's been over an hour and 20 minutes. It's just so cool. This is the second interview I had. The other one was with Monotonous Insomniac. Let's see. I'll just do a little bit of recap here while he's gone for a bit. He'll be back in a minute or two. I've been talking with Roast with the Most for a bit. I've known him through YouTube, and then from there, like Discord for about a couple years. Haven't met him in real life. So, I've just been talking about sort of different things. First, about how I started into YouTube, like sort of why he likes making videos and why he's kept on doing it. Um, from there, asked a bit about his in real life hobbies, and he went over roughly some of the things he does. He likes writing a bit. He's learning Russian. He cooks, and he's part of an economics club at his university. And from there, just asked some more specific questions about things relating to the cooking and some other things. And somebody asked the question if he plays Genshin Impact, and he knows about it less than I do, and I don't play myself. Um, and yeah, just talked a bit about economics in Hong Kong since he studies that and definitely seems to have interest in that. But yeah, if anybody else, are you back? I thought I heard him.
Hello.
Oh, awesome. I was just giving people a rundown of what we basically talked about since you went for a bit. Just thought if there was anybody new who came in or. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So back to small town. I would say for the most part, I generally enjoy living a more quiet life. You know. So uh, living in a small town definitely gave that or instilled that in because I live in a quiet neighborhood with a bunch of old. But at the same time, there's some stuff that people did growing up that I never got to experience, and that kind of makes me a bit jealous almost. Because like I wanted to experience that as a kid and never was able. Like going over to the next door kid's house and playing. Like I never really got to experience that growing up. And that definitely hindered my social experience, I would say. And I kind of wish I grew up half half, but I don't blame my parents at all. It's just the circumstances I grew up in, and I'm very happy in the circumstances I grew up
That's awesome, man. I think that's a great way of looking at it too. So there's definitely I think goods in both like small towns, but then also larger places. So,
in. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm really quickly gonna go and ask one of my parents something. I'll be right back. We might be having dinner soon on my end. I'm gonna go and check and see. So I'll be right back, guys. Should take me a minute or two tops.
Alright. I hope this interview is actually interesting. That is my life interesting at all. I kind of hope it is.
Alright, I'm back. I guess dinner's ready. I'm not necessarily Russian. It seems like not eating necessarily together, so that's fine. Let's see though. Does anybody else? Let's see. Does anybody in the comments have any questions you'd like to ask Roast about anything? Anything that we've been talking about? Other stuff? You're pretty much open to almost any type of question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty open to anything.
Yeah. I'll just I'll think of something to ask, and in the meanwhile, if anybody else has any other questions, after Roast asks the question I'll ask, we can go and see if you can answer their questions. So I know you already did one, but got any other ones?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll go ask, you did say you like gaming, but you don't really do too much, and I'm actually very similar there. I guess what are just your favorite, or what are your favorite games? Like, if you're ever able to get into them, like, are you into like more retro games? Are you more up to date with fancy modern games? Like,
Some of my favorite games to play are like shooter. So I like Call of Duty. I really enjoy Titanfall, but that game is a mess right now because it got hacked.
what game's a mess?
Titanfall 2.
Huh. I don't think I've heard about that before.
Oh my god, it's amazing. One of my favorite games ever, and I can't play it on console anymore because it got hacked, and now the servers are all messed up.
Ah, that sucks. Is this also a shooter game, or is it something?
Yeah, it's a shooter game, and you get big robots.
Big
And my favorite
robots?
was always, yeah, like big robots you can pilot, and I always picked the one with the sword, cause like he was so cool.
That's
And,
awesome.
yeah, I like Call of Duty a lot, and recently, whenever I have the time to play, I usually either play Club Penguin rewritten, or
Club?
play FNAF World.
Oh. Club
Yeah.
Penguin, nice. Oh, FNAF World, I played that a little bit.
Yeah, I have 3 of the endings, and I've played it. I kind of played it for like 3 days, and I got 3 of the endings.
Oh, dang, well, that's more than I played it. I don't think I've reached any of the endings.
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually kind of
did
like
I?
the game itself. I find it really interesting.
Yeah, no, I think the game's better than. I don't know why I got the worst review. I mean, I think probably the worst thing about that game I could think, like, problem is that you can't. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't really recall it giving you, like, an accurate health bar or attack bar for either you or the enemies. So it's kind of confusing.
Actually, I do kind of keep up with the FNAF community because I really like the lore,
Yeah.
and the newest game is the lowest rated one in the series, and I kind of want to see if it's lower rated than FNAF World.
Hmm. That would be interesting. I wonder why the newest game would be.
It's trash and it has a lot of glitches.
Oh, really? But yet one of the enemies is called Glitch Trap. Isn't that supposed to be intentional?
No, that's in the VR version.
Sort of making a joke, but I don't know. For me, I like some so bad it's good games.
Oh yeah, um, FNAF World never takes itself seriously.
Yeah.
Um, and I just kind of like that. It knows that it's a silly game.
Yeah.
So, okay, we have a question here.
Yeah, go
Have you
for
ever
it.
have you ever played GTA San Andreas? And if you have played it, have you completed it? GTA San Andreas is one of those games I really want to play, but I never can get it. I don't have the game, but I do want to get it someday, and I want to complete it. I'm not exactly a big GTA fan. Those games never really interested me. But back to my freshman year of high school, me and my friends just loved we always kind of memed about GTA San Andreas a lot. It was one of our inside jokes. Like, we always had one of those things we constantly memed about in senior year was Among Us. That was just so funny. Uh, um, and yeah, we just kind of memed about San Andreas. He always told me, you gotta play it. And I was like, yeah, I want to play it, but I don't have the money to buy. So I think one day I definitely just have to pay the money, play through the story.
Yeah. I can relate to the money thing, man. So many modern games are expensive. And then the consoles, too.
Yeah. And the old ones, you can't, and the old ones, they never really reduce the price that much.
Mm. That's why I use like a VPN and you like have a good antivirus and you just like find emulators.
Y'all.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's been fun doing that. So before I even knew that was illegal, I had this and I'm saying this when I was a kid. Like this might have still been in the 90s, or if it wasn't the 90s, it was early 2000s. So this is when you were here around. You were like really young, since I was a lot younger. Like this is more than half my age now. And there's like this guy who's about my age now, back then, or maybe he was a bit younger, like early 20s. And he like, I was down like in his room, right, at this house. My family was visiting him, and I was down like in his room, and he was like, I got all these SNES games on my computer thing. So SNES is Super Nintendo, right? And he had it set up like, he had like, it almost like, I don't know if it was like all the games ever made, but he had like these huge libraries. He had like all these like Super Mario World, and he had all the Donkey Kong countries, and he was like, yeah, and there's all these games that are like Super Mario Bros but aren't that popular, and like all these games, and he like gave like some sort of like CD or something else with them burned on, and I don't think it ever like got to it too much. Maybe once or twice played on my computer, but I remember like seeing him a couple times later, and I just wanted to like hang out again. But really, it wasn't because of him, but it was because of all the games that he had. Oh my goodness, man! So addictive, but good memories. It just, yeah. But yeah, dude. No, that's awesome. Good question, Oof McGoofy. GTA, TA, and all that. Does anybody else have any other questions? It could be also about games, or it could be about some other stuff.
Just ask me anything.
Yeah.
Open book.
Yeah, ask Roast anything.
Wait.
What's your favorite game genre? Didn't you sort of answer this already? I mean...
Yeah, I sort of answered it already. I really like shooters, but like, my favorite, it's not exactly a genre, But I really like shooters that have a lot of customization, like good customization.
Mm.
And like uh 2019 Modern Warfare was a great example of this because you could customize the guns in so many ways. Like one of the one of the ARs had 71 attachments, different attachments, and I absolutely love that because and the attachments actually did do different things, except like a lot of them were sights, but they were, different kinds of sights. And I actually, 20-second delay, that's kind of weird.
That is weird.
But
I always have delays. That's so bizarre how it's only up to 20 seconds. That's probably something on my end. I'll have to look into reducing delays after this stream.
yeah, but yeah, I really like stuff where you can customize a lot of stuff because it lets my creativity kind of flow. And when it's with guns, that's even better because I'm a bit of a gun nerd. So like, you let me customize it to exactly how I like it, I'll love it.
Nice. That's great.
And no gold link. I have never heard of the Mind Goblin.
I haven't
Sounds kind of
either.
cool.
It does sound cool. I was just thinking, I remember like the Japanese Goblin, the Suika song that's really famous. But yeah, Mind Goblin, I don't know, man. That does sound cool though. That sounds pretty sick. Alright. Anything else? Any takers? Uh, One other thing I thought related to 20-second delay, again, it probably is something on my end, but one thing I sometimes do with live streams is if I watch a live stream, but then I pause it, and if I click it again, it tends to not start me back where the live stream, it doesn't like put me where the live stream is going live. It like returns me where I was at, so there's actually somebody else could be talking further minutes ahead, but since I paused it, I'm just so sometimes I have to refresh the page. So I don't know if that will help. It could be my problem. Let's see, open world games are my fave. It's pretty much the only reason I started playing Genshin. I might check up Elden Ring sometime soon. Oh yeah, Elden Ring is. I heard about that a lot. It's a popular thing now. Guessing it's pretty new.
Yeah, I've heard that. Pretty good. I love our I love open world games too. Those uh those are always kind of fun to just wander around and explore the world.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like Fallout's pretty fun. I kind of like Outer Worlds.
Yeah. I think that's one thing Sonic Adventure has over Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure, they have that open world thing where you have to go to your levels through that. Whereas Sonic Adventure 2, you have none of that. So you finish one level, it just brings you to the next. So. It's kind of cool with lots of the modern Mario games, at least the 3D ones, they're sort of have an open world area like that as well. Not as much as like what you guys are talking about, like the Elden Ring or the Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, I play edgy games like Sonic. I say that, but then there's Shadow, but that's something else.
I don't know. I've never really gotten to Sonic
Yeah.
kind of or any kind of platform.
That's okay. I gotcha. Never really. Even when you were a kid.
I could never beat Mario. I've never beaten a Mario game.
Gotcha. See, something I find out is if a game has save slots, it's a lot easier to win because you can just save it at certain points of levels really hard and practice it a lot. So it's like there's lots of if a game has a save slot like Super Mario World or Sonic 3, I've definitely beaten it. But if it doesn't have a save slot, man, it's if I've beaten it, it was really hard. Like I've never beat the original Sonic or Super Mario Bros. Because it's like if you lose, there's no way to just go back to like level 8-4 Bowser's Castle or whatever. You have to start all the way from the beginning, and that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure I never even got to Bowser's Castles. Those Hammer Bros were too. Gosh, I need to play that sometime. I'd like to beat that. All right. Any other questions, guys? I'll give it a couple seconds since there's a lag. I don't. Again, that could be my fault. It could be maybe he needs to refresh it, but I'll give a few seconds just for them.
Yeah, you can ask me questions too.
Nah, I gotcha. I just I feel like I'm about ready to go on my end. I will ask you, is there anything more, like any details you'd like to give about your writing? Because I know you shared me some stuff that you're writing or like to write, but I know that you also DM'd me that stuff, and I don't think I've told a soul, even like, not just Discord, but I don't even think I told family members anything what you've been working on. And if you want to keep that secret for the time being, I don't want to force you.
I actually don't. I don't really keep it a secret. I talk about it.
Oh, you talk about it? Okay, do you want to share a little bit about it? Because I think it's pretty cool what you've been doing so far.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just, what else you want to know?
Oh, well, I guess I'll just ask straight up. Like, you've been... Oh, no. Oh. Like that thing that you sent me, like the PDFs of, or the Word documents. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Word documents of the actual text I'm writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I won't give you, like, a rundown of every single thing that's happened in what I'm writing. But, like, what I'm doing right now is I'm writing a novel, which is sort of a mix of a coming-of-age story and a dystopia. And, like, this is sort of a way for me to express my frustrations about living in the modern world, as well as critique some of the stuff inside of it that I don't like, and some of the things I'm scared that will happen. And, like, it's obviously dystopic, and it's obviously exaggerated a whole bunch. And I do write in sort of an over-the-top way. Like, stuff is extremely descriptive and almost kind of poetic, in my opinion. I don't know. You think my descriptions are poetic at all?
You definitely do, like, I'd have to look at it again, but I think it's definitely good, some interesting stuff, so... It has been a while since you sent me a text, and... But yeah.
Yeah, I love my metaphors.
Yeah, no, you have some good ones. So yeah, no, I like it so far, so...
Yeah, it's absolutely great, and I wish I could write more of it, but I don't have time to.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, so... That's why I haven't got something in a while. But I mean, hey man, whenever, and... Hopefully I've been hoping at least with a little bit of, like, grammar or, like, helping with editing different things. I think I've mainly helped you with just saying, like, I think a paragraph break would be here, but I think most of the time you've done a good job with grammar and spelling. Like, there hasn't been too much I noticed that was off, so... Like, that's better than me, man. Sometimes I'm just, like, writing a YouTube comment, and it gets a lot of likes or something, and I look at it a few years later, and I'm, like, looking at, like, the spelling, in the grammar looking at it, and it just looks atrocious, man. Whereas you just have like you're working on a novel, and it's pretty good so far. So.
Yeah, I remember in chapter 3. You haven't seen this yet because it's not done. It's pretty long. Oh god, I'm trying to find the one paragraph, but it's like, yeah, like the main character Alex, he says some crazy stuff.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, here's the sentence I was thinking about. For we have been freed from the shackles of Mother Nature, and dare I say God, if he even exists.
Dang.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was...
I feel like stuff's starting to get real. So.
Yeah, writing that one paragraph, when I looked at that, I just had to sit back and like, wow, I really just wrote that.
Dude, that sounds good. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely close to finishing it up. The last time I wrote, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to finish this chapter already. I'm sick of writing this chapter. I purposely made it kind of long. It's the longest that the other two. And like, when I started writing, all I did was make edits. I haven't increased a single bit. Well, maybe I did increase a little bit now that I'm looking at it. Like, I added a new paragraph, basically. But the rest was edits. Ugh.
Gotcha. Dude, that's really cool. Oh, you know why I mentioned this? I was just thinking, and if people do notice at the beginning of the stream, I sent out invites since it's late. On Minds, there's also a lot of people who like writing books and write things in others, and I actually started reading a book for one guy. I got 2 chapters in. I just need to go and get back into it because it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, however long gets, if you finish this project and know about it, I wouldn't mind like advertising, sharing it around, because so far I like where it's going, and I'm curious where it'll go with this. So, but yeah,
the goal for this novel is to get it published.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's my ambition for this. I want to get it published.
Dude, that's awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of aiming at like maybe 20 chapters. That's how long I'm thinking this might turn out to be. It's 20 chapters. And like, wow, it's so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently saying at almost 5,500 words.
Dude, that's
Crazy.
Impressive. I need to get going on some projects I want to write as well on my end, but you've been at it, man, and you're still working on it, so way to go, man. So
yeah, I might actually write a bit tonight.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Excuse me. I feel like that's enough questions for me on my end. I'm feeling about ready to eat dinner, and I feel like it asked you. I mean, I'm sure I could think of more things, but I think I thought of a lot of well-rounded things to sort of ask you about stuff. I'll just one more time. Anybody else have any other questions? I'll wait probably, let's say I'll wait a good minute. It says 1834 on my computer clock. If it turns 1836 and nobody has anything, I'll just assume that's it. But if somebody else asks something, then yeah.
Wow. That was great. We should do that again.
Yeah, man. It is good. So, yeah, no. I mean, his interviews are cool. I enjoyed the interview with the guy before, and I think people listening to it. I mean, if you want to do another one, I feel great. I mean, on the same time, if there's anybody that I know through here / or Discord or other things, I would also like to do an interview. I can't promise, yeah, I'll do it, but I might be up to that. So we could always consider that. But yeah. So, yeah, let's see. Did I say 1834 and then turn 1836? I just showed that I tend to use military time.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah. It was interesting. I found out that in Japan they sort of also use their own version of AM and PM too, and sometimes they use it. I mean, sometimes they use the military time too, because what we think of military time, lots of people don't. But yeah, so all right. Nobody else has any other questions. And it's reached that time. So, and I think it's a good time to close. So this is Postmodern Czechoslovakia War Factory. Had an interview / talk, my second one with the roast with the most. My previous one was with the Monotonous Insomniac. Have links to that in the description. Have links to roast channel in the description of this video. It may or may not decide to edit the description with some links to some of Roast's videos on his YouTube channel. Or on Roast, if you want to, whatever comment, if you want to link some videos you're most proud of on your channel, or if you want to like talk about some things, like you could go and self-advertise your Discord info so if people want to DM you, or you can like, you're free to self-advertise whatever the heck you want in the comment section, man. And if you comment on this, I'll pin it, bro. But do you have any closing words on your end?
I'd say if you comment on this video, I'll try to answer you. And yeah, I might throw in my Discord stuff or some YouTube stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, feel free to whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want to share any of that. So I know how YouTube lots of times blocks different comments, but since I'm the channel owner, I can like go into it and check. Like if it doesn't show up, you could always let me know, hey, I left a comment to Postmodern. I left a comment and it's not showing. I can go and check and get that all worked out, and I can pin you. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's been great.
Yeah, dude. Definitely. All right, man. Well, I did forget to ask you about Bible stuff. But yeah. Here, one last question. What's your favorite book of the Bible you read so far? Because I don't think you've read the whole thing yet, but you've been reading a lot.
It's either John or Revelation.
And both written by John. Okay, good answer. Good answer. Those are good ones. This might sound weird, but my favorite has been Leviticus. Actually, I think I explained to you why that is, though, in the Discord server.
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember.
That's okay. Anyways, all right. So this has been the interview. Again, like Rose said, you can go and ask him questions on this video, and if he sees them, he's fine with answering them, right? I got you right?
Yep.
All right. This is Postmodern Czechoslovakia War Factory interview with the roast with the most. Signing out. God bless.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.